What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Endymion, and today I will be explaining this Channel 7 warbase, just as I promised you guys in one of my last videos. So let's first take a moment to admire the beauty of this base, because it is a beautiful base. Let's be honest. And if you've never seen a base like this, which will be the case for most of you guys, well, the first thing that you will see, which will hit your eyes, is that an expression? I don't know. Is that this base has these islands around the air defenses, and no. First of all, which I need to say is, this is an ADKZ style base, and most of you guys have never heard about it. And that was also the case for me just a couple of months ago, until I saw a video on YouTube by a guy named Slumbuster COC, I think. Yeah. And I'll link that video down below in the description of the video. And he explained all of this ADKZ stuff, but with Town Hall 8 bases. So I just made it happen for Town Hall 7. So if you were wondering, ADKZ, does it also work for other Town Hall levels? Yes, it does. It does work for Town Hall 8 because, well, what does it mean, ADKZ? It means anti-dragon kill zone base. So it's a style of base just like Southern Teaser style bases, which were very popular a couple of years ago. And the main focus, the main purpose of this base is to defend against dragons, and against Saloon, so against Dragloon. And I'll show you this immediately right here. Let me erase all of this stuff. So you have your islands around air defenses, very important. And then there's this kill zone. There is a kill zone in this base where you want to kill dragons. Where could it be? Just try to logically think with me right here. I'm not going to explain everything, just throw the information into your mouth. No, or here at my channel, everyone has to think. So we want to kill dragons. Of course, we know every single attacker will attack from behind the air sweeper, if they're smart, of course. If they're not smart, well, most attackers are not smart at Town Hall 7, but still, let's just hypothetically think that you're going up against a skilled attacker. They will attack from behind the air sweeper. And one thing to note, guys, I actually encourage them to come from behind the air sweeper, because I've positioned my base against the left outer walls, outer what is it called? Outer perimeter? I don't know. And there is a gap on the other side, which is tempting for attackers to place their dragons. So I'm really encouraging them to come from behind the air sweeper. So let's suppose they do. Let's suppose the attacker, who has done a lot of dragon attacks at Town Hall 7, comes from behind the air sweeper. So let's say it comes from this side. Well, let me take another color. Just let me take, well, red for dragon, I think. Okay, so let's say it comes from this side, from the south, because most attackers attack from the south. It's just, yeah, what happens. I'm also going to say that the attacker will be making a funnel. Well, because if they don't make a funnel, that's almost like an immediate win for you. They will never get the entire base down if they don't make a funnel. So let's suppose they make a funnel and they come from behind the air sweeper. What you'll see is that sorry if I don't speak for a couple of seconds, that's because I'm switching colors. You'll see that because of these dead zones, well, that space more around the area defenses, there's no path for the balloons nor the dragons to go to the air defenses, and that will. This is a beautiful color. That will. Well, I'll try to. No. I can change the size. Nice. I can change the size. That will force the dragons to go back to the outside of the base. And if I can show you this this path thing, well, let's suppose they come from 6 o'clock, well, 5:30 pretty much. They will go like this, and they will stay on the outside. That is pretty much the idea. Of course, it won't work every single time, but that's pretty much the idea. You want them to stay on the outside, but in the meantime, you'll see the air defenses will be shooting all of the time. They will be shooting because all the air defenses have a very large range. And one more thing to note, guys, every time dragons are pathing, well, or trying to path towards the air defenses, they're stuck on storages. And that is one more thing, that is a very important thing to notice. All of these storages, guys, these storages are very important in this base. Well, in any Channel 7 war base, to be precise. So use storages wisely when you're building your base. Well, if you're copying this base, just copy it. But I encourage you guys to make your own bases and use your storages wisely. Oh, and I've got my king here in the middle. Funny story actually. I first had my king on the outside, and I had this what is it called again? The dark elixir storage on the inside, where the king is placed. But giving your king up so easily is just not very profitable, because I did test this base a lot of times, and it wasn't really good against hog riders. So and it still isn't actually, and I'll come back to that in just a couple of minutes, but it is really just made for defending against dragons, because hogs, you won't be able to defend against a good hog attacker with this base. But I'll try to make other ADKZ style bases in the future, maybe a live one, a live build, to explain what I could do, or why this is actually, no, I'll explain in this video why it is not good against hogs, and I'll try to make a video where I build myself live a new ADKZ style base that is better against defending against hogs. But that's for another video. Let's continue. So I've talked about the dead space, the islands, but where is the ADKZ? Where is the kill zone to defend against dragons? You'll see a new color, which is a good color. I'll take this one. All of this on the left side is a very heavily guarded area. You have 3 archer towers, you have 2 wizard towers, and a Tesla. I'm not counting this Tesla. This is more for against hogs and against luring the clan castle. But so suppose dragons come from this side. Well, if they come from new color, let's take a new color. if they come from behind the airstripper, there's a big chance that they will have to fly to the outside of the base. But eventually they will go back in, because there are many dragons, so they won't be killed off that easily. So they will have to go back in to the base, and that is where my anti-dragon kill zone comes into effect. So I have, and I also have storages there, by the way, guys. Not unimportant to mention. So you have your anti-dragon kill zone, which is pretty much like the last stand against dragons, because if the attacker comes from from in the direction of the air sweeper, of course your air sweeper will help defend against dragons for the kill zone, for the anti-dragon kill zone, but it will also just push dragons away, and my two air defenses that are placed right here, these two, will of course be shooting all of the time. So coming from the side of the air sweeper is never a good idea in this base, but coming from behind the air sweeper is even worse. Let's clear all of these annotations. Okay, so now that I've explained like the general thought process of this base, let's try to well, I'm already at 12 minutes. Wow. Let's try to be more specific. Be more specific why certain buildings are placed where. Um, I think I'll do this for about 8 minutes, and then I'll let you guys go. But you need to know this type of base, this ADKZ style base. I could talk about this for like an hour. It is very amazing. The first time I saw it in action was very, let's say, mind-blowing, because you could really see the dragons just go to the outside and be killed off by balloons. And by the way, guys, for those who are wondering what's the difference with my other Channel 7 war bases, or are asking, are your other Channel 7 war bases bad, or should I not use them, or whatever, my other war bases are fine. The only difference is that in what I've previously uploaded to YouTube for Channel 7, the main focus was to make balloon pathing very difficult. So I was more focused around where do I place my defenses, etc. And here I'm just trying to make dragon pathing as difficult as possible, and by larger extent also loon pathing very, very difficult. And the difference is, why is this base better than my other Channel 7 war bases? Well, the dragons will of course still be stuck on these storages, and in the meantime the air defenses will be taking them off one by one. And that wasn't the case with all of my other Channel 7 war bases. But that's just a side note. Let's get back to this base. So of course this base is not lurable, just as with all of my war bases. The CC cannot be lured, very, very important. It's the first step to defend against Hogs, but I'll come back to Hogs later. Okay, so let's now be more specific and really show like the hypothetical attack of your adversary. Let's take most attackers will not attack from a corner. That's just, if they do, that's an automatic win. If they come from, well, let's still show it. If they come from this side with dragons, well, I'll say that they're putting 3 dragons there, one here, one here. Well, that's 5, 6, 7, and 8. How many dragons? You have 200 troop capacity, so it's 10 dragons, 9, and maybe some loons. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 loons. Let's suppose that. So they come in. This dragon goes to this side and gets taken off by this air defense. So, but maybe also takes down this cannon. Okay. You have this. This dragon will go to this barracks, and then in. This will be taken down. Same thing. Will go right there. One dragon will go towards this one, and then probably out and in again, and then to the Tesla, then to the cannon and to the storage, but it won't get down the storage. Maybe even won't get down the cannon, but let's suppose this. So right now we have oh, that's not what I wanted to do. We have, what's a good color? Let's do black, and let's do very large. We have all of this taken down, all of this taken down. Okay, this is where we are. Okay, all right, simple, very, very simple. Now we still have, like, well, let me just take another color. This will be a very, well, I already used that color, very difficult to understand picture with all these colors, but whatever. So we still have 3, 4, 5, we have 6 dragons left. Okay, we have 6 dragons left, and I want to point out this air defense. Oh, that is very, very big. This air defense here, it is very, very much pointed towards the south, and there is a reason for that, namely because dragons will never go back south if they are going up, because for the rest of this base it is pointed up in a vertical line. I'll show you guys in just a second. So they will converge on these 2 defenses, of course, which sounds obvious. And after this cannon, they will go towards this these 2 buildings, new color. They will go towards this town hall and towards this this cold storage. Of course, the air defenses will be in range. Let's take a color for the air defenses. Gray or red, pink, turquoise is this. Very small size. So the air defense will be shooting, and even this air defense will be shooting when they're on the town hall. So let's suppose they take down the town hall. They will go towards this air sweeper, and if they take down this gold storage, they will go towards this what is it called, elixir storage. But by the time that they finish all of that, when they finish this elixir storage, they will go in, because there is nothing left to do. But from this from the town hall, it's very difficult to know if they will go towards this air defense or this air defense. By the way, we have a seeking air mine right here, but this this air defense here will not get down, will not be taken down. That is something that will never be the case if they attack from the corner. And I don't want to bore you all day with my explanations. But so we've just done the exercise for if they come from the corner, and they won't be able to take down the the entire base just because their dragons are too spread out. That's pretty much the the main the main reason. But if they come from one side, so let's say they only come from this side, and of course it also applies for the south, they will, well, for first of all, they will have to funnel all of this. They will also have to funnel this side at 3 o'clock, and before they get in, they need to funnel all of what, let's take this funnel. They will have to funnel all of this and all of this before they can get in. That is very important. And before they get in, this is a bit too big. Before they get in, so let's say they get in right here, and well, of course one right here. They get in like this. Of course, yeah, there's a seeking air mine. I already told you about that. Of course, they the air defenses will be shooting. Same thing here, but the difference is that if they time it right and that all the dragons converge on the same area at the same time and take down the same type of buildings at the same time, if they take down these storages at the same time, they will go towards this air defense if this cannon is gone, of course. And same thing goes for this air defense. They will go towards it, but afterwards, of course, when they do converge on these zones, we have our anti-dragon kill zone raining in arrows from behind. And don't underestimate arch towers at tunnel 7. Of course, at tunnel 8 they do way more damage to dragons, relatively. I mean, but don't underestimate them, seriously. And the big difference is, and this is where again this southern air defense will come into play. After taking down this middle air defense, they will converge on a clan castle and then go towards the gold storage, but they will never come near the south. And if they do make, let's suppose they do make it all the way around the base, and they have to come back for this last air defense, of course, they're stuck on this elixir storage. So the main conclusion is that whatever you do, wherever direction you come from, you will not get this base down with dragons, except if you do a phenomenal raid. That is the consensus. Okay, I've been talking for a long time right now. I will just be giving you a very quick heads up for Hogs, because I don't want to lie to you guys. This base is not very strong against Hogs. It has pretty decent spring traps placement, I would say. This is a nice spring trap placement. This is not really good, but I had to find a fourth spot, and I didn't want to use a double spring trap, which I think is not at all very good use of your spring traps at tunnel 7, because let's be honest guys, you only have 4. Why use a double spring trap? That is, you're not, well, I understand the reasoning behind it, like you have to take your chances at tunnel 7, I understand that, but it's just a waste of one spring trap, let's be honest. This one is a very good spring trap, and this one is also not bad against surgical Hogs. But why is this not a very good base against Hogs? Well, before I explain that, this is a very good Tesla placement, and if you're wondering where you should place your Teslas, this is a very good one. Well, for example, let's suppose they want to take down this annoying air defense with 4 Hogs before they start their dragon raid, and they just go for this cannon, and then they will go to the arch tower and then to this air defense, and they suppose that the clan castle is well, will come out later or is already somewhere here with all the dragons, is fighting with all the dragons in this area. What will happen is, excuse me, because of this Tesla, when the cannon goes down, they will go left to the Tesla, and then they will go right. So this air defense will never be taken down, never. And that is really the point of this base. This air defense seems unprotected. Let's show it again. Seems unprotected. Just look at the base. It seems unprotected, but it's actually the most protected and the most valuable of my air defenses. It's a southern one, not on the top. I really like the top one because it is a quarter of an island, and of course the middle one is a full island, but the southern one doesn't really have a complete island, but it's still, because I run out of walls to put it simply, but it's still the best one. And so this is a very important Tesla. I know I'm rambling a lot, guys, so I'm very sorry, but if you are still here after 20 something minutes, thank you, and I hope you're enjoying this video. I know I am. So let's talk about how hog pathing. Of course, at Town Hall 7, most of the times you'll get attacked by mass hogs. So I won't even go into a Jiaohui, but Jiaohui will always triple your base if it's done properly. But of course, I've told you guys that I've placed my my king in the middle again. Well, not in the middle, but in on the inside of the base. So that is already a good thing, but that shows how bad it was that I was forced to do it. So, well, I'd say it's not a bad base against hogs, but it's not great either. Let's take brown. So let's suppose hogs come in from this side. They come in from this side. Of course, they will go to this cannon, and then they will go in, and from here they will go back right here, and same thing here. So the hog pathing is actually helping them to stick together, and that is very, very unfortunate, because I would love them to go towards this archer tower from this air sweeper, from this air defense, excuse me, because I have my king, I have this this archer tower. They would never get somewhere, but that's unfortunately not the case. And of course, from here, well, from here they go to the outside and then to the Tesla, but then they come back in, and well, in the meantime, of course, one or two hogs that is staying behind will get this air defense down. Then they will go towards this cannon, and in the end they will path to this double giant bomb spot, and then to the archer tower. But by that time it's already too late, so don't count on it. It's not gonna happen. And same thing, well, I am pretending that they are doing a surgical hog deployment. If they're just doing it in one spot, again, just as with dragons, that's pretty much an automatic win for you. But if they spread out their hogs and they come from this side, some will of course hit this double giant bomb spot, but all the other ones will. If you've got 3 healing spells at Town Hall 7, so it's pretty easy to overrun the base with hogs. But I'll try to make a better base, a better ADKZ-style base, live with you guys in one of my next videos. Well, not one of my next videos, in a couple of months' time. Let's let everything sink in for a couple of weeks, and then I'll make a new video. Okay, so what do you need to remember from this video? This is an ADKZ style base, which means anti-dragon or anti-dragloon kill zone base. So it is anti-dragon, it has these islands, and it has a very large kill zone in the direction of the arrow sweeper. It has this this kill zone. You also need to remember that this base is specifically designed to defend against dragons and will be less good against hogs. But of course, making bases just to defend against hogs is not really something that I would do, except if you're competing in ESL or whatever, or in some special no-dip league. You never know. So you have an ADKZ, you have islands, you have a kill zone, and you have, of course, also important, your king on the inside of the base. Try to have good spring traps and make the CC unlurable. That's pretty much it. Oh, and by the way, guys, always put your air defenses on one straight line, always. You can choose whether you do it horizontally or vertically. Yeah, vertically or horizontally, but never do it like this. This is just pretty too easy, because attacks will just come from one side and take down all of the air defenses. So vertically or horizontally. I will not go into further detail for this base, but it's really strong, and I want to thank all of you guys for, first of all, for watching till the end. If you're still here after 30 something minutes, thank you very much. You're a true fan, and I love you. It's just that simple. I also want to thank the guy that posted the link on my YouTube channel for this base, because apparently the link I posted is not working, which I don't understand. I do not understand why it doesn't, but whatever. So thank you very much, man. I forgot your name, but thank you very much for posting the link. And yeah, I'll see you guys again very soon. And apart from that, a quick little channel update. I will be in my exam session in 2 weeks from now, and that's why I won't be uploading for the next 6 weeks, if I remember correctly, when this video comes out. So this will be my last video for about 1 to 2 months, and then I'll start again. So hope you understand. I'm at university right now, so I have to study a lot, and it's my first year, so I don't wanna let myself get slack behind by everything I need to study. So yeah, I hope you understand, and I'll see you guys in 6 weeks. So I'll just take a 6-week break. That's what I wanted to say. So yeah, thank you very much, and see you then. Bye.